What's up, y'all? Welcome back, man. Thank you so much for clicking play. I appreciate you all. All right, so we are checking out Outnumbered, not because the ladies are debonair looking so. Ooh, gotta make sure I smell good. Oh yeah. Ooh, gotta put on my. Now I got this. My wife got me something called Hypnotizing Fire by the Harmonist. This right here. I don't know if you see this, but this bad boy right here, fellas. Let me tell you something. And I don't endorse this. They're not paying me or anything like that. Let me tell you something. This smells amazing. Amazing, bro. And I like to put it on when I check out the ladies on this show right here, because this is the closest I come to any ladies that I'm not married to. All right. So let's check it out, because there's a whole lot going on with the raid of Trump's home, his Mar-a-Lago home. And apparently there's a lot going on with Pelosi as well. So let's go and check it out.
No person is above the law in this country. Nothing stops us.
Even a former president.
I don't know how to, maybe I'll say that again. No person is above the law in this country. I can't say it any more clearly than that.
Well, not really. That doesn't seem to apply to the sons of at least two top Democrats, Hunter Biden, now off on vacation with his dad, the president, even though he is under federal investigation. And that probe has recently been said to have reached a critical stage. And now he seems to have the company in the liberal privilege department, Paul Pelosi Jr., who just accompanied his mother on the House Speaker's recent trip to Taiwan.
I don't see the issue with Hunter going on a trip with his dad and then sneaking away for a couple of hours to smoke some drugs and entertain some ladies that he paid for, and probably he's probably not gonna record it this time. He's probably not gonna record it this time. But hey, everybody deserves a daggone vacation here and there. I mean, y'all don't believe he worked hard enough for it?
Pelosi Jr., who just accompanied his mother on the House Speaker's recent trip to Taiwan, is facing new question about his own business dealings, as new reports have emerged connecting him to 5 shady companies that at times have been under federal investigation. But the Speaker defended her decision to take him along when she was pressed by our own Aisha Hasni. Watch this.
There are some reports that your son was on this trip with you.
Yes, Jeez, what's going on with these daggone reporters and whatnot? You should not look like that as a reporter. You shouldn't. You should look like Nancy Pelosi. That's what you should look like as a reporter. You should not look like this. I'm sorry.
Yes, what was his role?
His role was to be my escort. Usually we invited spouses. Not all could come, but I had him come, and I was very proud that he was there, and I'm thrilled, and it was nice for me.
Did he have any business dealings while he was there in Taiwan?
Of course he did not.
Oh, of course he did not. Okay? He's on the board of 2 lithium mining companies. And of course, Asian nations produce about 3/4 of all the lithium.
Why would she say, of course he did not, if she know the likelihood of someone finding out that he actually does have business with the Taiwanese?
That now will be snapped up by
the Taiwanians. Okay.
The electric vehicle makers that have been propped up and funded by the Democrats.
That's right. How is it that the children of these national political figures all seem to have these similar obscure interests? Whether it's Hunter Biden, who somehow loves Ukrainian oil and gas industry, but we know his real passion is being an artist. And you have Paul Pelosi Jr., you mentioned the lithium. He's also invested in Singapore as well. He's invested in a Singapore energy sector company. And then you've got Paul Pelosi Sr., who happens to be the greatest stock picker in the world, it seems, right? In fact, New York Post reporting he bought $5 million in stock options on a computer chip company ahead of a vote on legislation that would deliver billions to boost the chip manufacturing industry. But it's a trend. I want to know, why was he on the trip? Was it just a vacation? Was it taxpayer funded? Would love to know that. She said he was an escort. I want to know if it was taxpayer funded. Would be a great answer to have.
Yeah, it was taxpayer funded. I mean, he didn't pay for that. They rode first class. They didn't pay for a daggone thing. We paid for all of it. So I guess if we paid for it all, then we have a right to know.
Remember that time we heard about Biden and Hunter, and I never spoke to his business partners, Devin Archer and others? Then the picture from, was that Shinnecock, or the Shinnecock Golf Club came out. We saw all the lies. We now know we have voicemails. Look, powerful people put their sons in place. They benefit without experience. That's not new. And by the way, if nobody's above the law, then why are there millions of illegal aliens running around America being let in by the chief law enforcement officers in this country and the president? It's BS. Who's above the law are their Democrat funders, their Democrat donors. And I'm going to blame the Republicans in part for this. When the Stock Act was passed, which was supposed to prevent some of this, the voting, remember Nancy Pelosi, the vote on that got her Visa stock and all these other things, the Republicans didn't force enforcement when they had the majorities. So Washington as an establishment protects Washington. Period. End of story. They all benefit. Look at the Republican side, the Democrat side, the 30-year politicians. Their kids are all magnificent experts in lithium and energy. And by the way, Hunter's favorite thing is Russian hookers, not Ukrainian businessmen.
A different kind of vest.
I'm glad that he did that. I like to see this type of fairness when it comes to these shows. Wow, I never thought that I would see this type of level-headedness on Fox. I promise you, I thought that they was just Republican everything. Even if they do bad, we support Republicans. I don't care if they do bad. Let's try to sweep it under the rug or something. Nah, he's blaming. He's like, look, all of y'all are trying to get your daggone children in place so that they can be experts in this, that, and the third, so that when it's their turn, they can do something remarkable or do something to help our cause. Because I've been preparing them this entire time to take the mantle and run. So, wow.
Exactly. There you go, Kennedy. I love people with
We don't know that, but, you know.
we have video.
He's not a paying for escorts.
Paid
It's
escort.
not. It's not.
Hey man, when you have Burisma money, you don't have to pay for very much. You don't have to pay for that.
Let me tell you something. The way they dress on this channel, on this show, the way they dress on this show is just wow, bro. Like it's dope. It's classy. It's like it's great to see. Like I can imagine young ladies looking at this and aspiring to be this. Because this right here it's class. It's success. That's what it says. So that's dope, man. Shout out to them.
He was getting paid more than Exxon board members, being a board member of Burisma. But I talk about all politicians this way, that it's fear equals control, control equals power, and that's why they get into this grift, this con in the first place. My dad told me when I, graduated from college, he was like, "You're on your own, honey. Here's $20. Don't call me if you're getting married. Go elope. I don't know anybody who can get you a job," because he wasn't a politician, and he didn't know any.
Yeah, remember when not too long ago becoming a politician and serving this country was, a thankless job. You were doing it, not because you wanted to enrich yourself. The question is why Taiwan? Okay, not just why did she?
Hold on, look at her eyes. My God. Okay, I need to stop. I can't check out Outnumbered anymore. You see this lady's eyes, man?
The question is why Taiwan? Okay, not just why did she bring her son, but why is she there in the first place? We still don't have why was she there? We still don't have an answer to that. Obviously, it irked China. It actually created a national security issue for a hot minute. And why was her son not listed as part of the delegation when we would have obviously, found out that he was there? And we have a major problem in this country. We have career politicians who are serving this country for longer than any of us have been alive, who are enriching themselves, enriching their children, enriching their grandchildren, and it's just degrading this country. And the optics of this are so horrible. We look terrible.
We have politicians over.
I like exactly what she just now said. Everybody's trying to build up their kids on the government's dime, and 9 times out of 10, the kids haven't earned it. They're just putting them in place, and that's unfortunate. They're doing it as if it's their own personal businesses, and it's not their own personal businesses. Like they're being placed in positions where it's like lifelong positions, and that's unfortunate because then they don't have to do them. They don't have to do their jobs. The only thing they have to do is appease their side, and they always have an end. That's why I tell people all the time that that's one of the reasons why I don't really trust politics all like that, be honest with you. I mean, it's exciting to know all sides and to know the details behind a lot of the decisions that are being made for us, being that we pay our taxes and we should know this information. But at the same time, it's a little discouraging to see when situations like this happen. Here you have Nancy Pelosi, in a huge meeting or whatever that was out Taiwan, and her son is just standing behind her, just watching it all, being a part of it all, and she didn't even have to put him on the list of people who were going to be there or submit his name, because he's in grooming. He's being groomed, and so he's been groomed for a long time. And a lot of these people who, to us, they don't like one another. They're always going back and forth and trying to make things happen for their side, the left or the right. Their children have grown up with one another, been to all the best schools, are rich as crap. All the vacation spots they've been to, they go to the same places, and they're friends. They go out to dinner, they hang out, they probably go to potlucks and all that other stuff, have them over to game night, playing cards and Jenga and all this other stuff. And we thinking that they hate one another and they're trying to get things done for the people that they represent, when in all actuality, they are not. They're just trying to they're trying to keep the status quo and build their legacy so that they can work until they're 90-something years old when they're not really working. That's unfortunate.
The chocolate chip cookie.
I know. We have a
scary.
show on we have a game show on my show, Kennedy, weeknights at 7 p.m.
I just shot you the evil eye, Kennedy. That's the signal for you to go.
But yeah, we have a game called Biden Time, and it's like, what's older, the tennis ball or Joe Biden? And it's almost always Joe Biden. So if you ever play, now you know. These unremarkable people. You know, you talk about the graft. These are grifters. Like, these are people who they don't have any talent, they don't have any area of expertise, they've never had to work for anything. Especially, you know, politicians like Nancy Pelosi never really reached the level of scrutiny that a president or a presidential candidate would achieve. You know, she's protected in California, so God knows what kind of insider trading and shady deals and, you know, deals with law enforcement have gone on to protect her family in the past. But at some point, you got to get sick of it from both parties, you know, because we are held hostage by them, and their kids are enriching themselves, and they're not doing the world any service.
Why aren't journalists more interested in this?
Yes.
All the people I worked with, everybody wanted to be the next, you know, Woodward or Bernstein, and this is like, what's more exciting than like on the Hunter Biden beat? You're hanging out, you're like traveling overseas, hanging out in like strip clubs. And who doesn't want to be on that beach?
If I could just quickly say, since reporters notice who's on planes, I would routinely get texts on Air Force One, who's on the plane, who's this person, who's that person. Where were the texts from the reporters asking who this was and why he was there? It's a good question.
I mean, he looks just like his dad's DUI picture.
Yeah.
Do their girlfriends look alike?
Oh, boy.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
There she is, Emily Campagno. Yes, absolutely, girl. I will watch the show. All right, enough of me being a daggone creep. I like watching things like this because I just want to see the back and forth, what they think about exactly what's going on. But I already know what side they're taking because it's Fox. You know what I mean? So I also watch the other side now and try to figure out what's going on in that as well. So you will see another side. hopefully that doesn't bother you too much. All right. Now, I want to hear what y'all guys say about this in the comments below. If you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside the Patreon as well. Y'all have been amazing per usual. Love y'all. Stop wondering why I got 2 mics. You know what I mean? It's none of your business. Love y'all.